What's up, guys? This is your boy GoodTrax, and I want to officially welcome you to the Urban Time Podcast, which is the first episode of the Urban Time Podcast. Alright, so before I begin, I want to give a huge shout out to the homegirl Rain for that awesome intro. She can do like little intros and edits for you, so make sure y'all follow her on Instagram and get with the program. Go link up with her, and please go support the girl. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. So, for everybody that does follow me, I know that y'all should know, or y'all may or may not know, I'm from Florida, alright? So now, I will say this, when somebody does something that's outside of their comfort zone or out of their style, and then they do it consistently, they tend to notice a change, or they tend to wonder why. Well, that leads me into my first thing today. Milwaukee, more specifically, the "Chasin'Youuu" challenge, or the "Chasin'Youuu" song by Shawn P. By the way, shout out Shawn P. By the way, that dude, he can spit some bars. I ain't gonna lie, he can spit some bars. I don't know if a lot of people know, because I know that thing went viral on TikTok. I don't know how viral it is, but I know it went viral. You're actually looking at the guy who produced that beat. You're looking at the dude who produced that beat. I am the guy that produced that beat. So, shedding light on that right now, because I know a lot of times producers really don't get credit, which, by the way, artists, it's a very big thing. You should always credit your producers. Some of us go unnoticed. A lot of us really go unnoticed, if I'm being honest with you. But do credit your producers. But I will say this much. I am somewhat happy that I am getting somewhat of a big break, because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I was trying to do music, and I was holding down 2 jobs, and like I was feeling like complete shit. Like, I was feeling like utter trash. I would feel like utter trash, and in the days that I would have off, I just wake up and be like, man, do I even feel like doing any music? But then I would look at, because I would have a sticky note that would be like, hey, push your link tree. Because, as opposed to, aside from making my own music, I also a producer. So, I'm a big package. Artist, producer, or whatnot. I could draw a little bit, but as of right now, I got somebody else doing my art covers. Hey, Phantom Queen. I would feel like I would, use that as motivation to try to get me going, And I think right now, now that I've found my place in music, I can just kind of be like, okay, let's go. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? The clout, I might not be all the way there, but I got a good start, So yeah. And speaking of which, I want to talk about, what I did before I really went all in. Like, I was going in on my music. All in. Like, people who know me know that I make music a lot. Like, I'm talking to having melodies in my head or whatever, or a specific hi-hat pattern. Like, music is kind of in me. So yeah, let's talk about what I actually did. Now, for those of y'all that don't know, I worked at a bar and grill. I worked at a bar and grill. I've been there for like 4 years now. I've been taking time off and on. Like, I won't lie. Like, there's a lot of people that's family there, but like, it's not only just a restaurant, it's a bar. So it does get pretty toxic there a lot. So I won't lie. I won't lie. I be having my moments where I had to like just isolate myself. But aside from that, I also worked at an Italian restaurant called Carrabba's. But I'm currently not working there. I'm currently not working there anymore. And well, I'll explain. So you guys are gonna get a little bit of a story time. All right. Um, it was I mean, it was decent. 14 an hour working there. I'm gonna say that much. 14 an hour. It was decent for the first couple of weeks and a half. But then like the pressure really started to hit, and then not to mention like the dish, because I was the dishwasher. The kind of crew that I was with just had me kind of thinking like, what is this, bro? Like, because like I honestly felt like I was really the only person doing doing any kind of work. Like I was busting my ass off. Like even at my bar and grill job. Shout out Charlie's. Even at my bar and grill job, bro. Like I was busting my ass off trying to work, and hell, like people at Charlie's would actually compliment me on that and tip me, which is why I think one of the bartenders really had beef with me, because it was probably just jealousy. But that's neither here nor there. back to Carrabba. So like the work pressure, the pressure was just really on, you know. And at the time of me working at Carrabba's, I had made the beat for Shawn P. So that had happened, and I had started getting my blow up, you know? Like the blow up was really I had started getting that blow up, and it was really coming. And at the time I was I was chatting with Danny 414. Now now me and Denny, we have a song together called Self Investment. And I'm honestly looking forward to a collab with him again. But yeah, so me and him had a song called Self Investment. So he was teaching me a little bit about Milwaukee and music and all that. Even though I kind of like picked up on it just even though I kind of picked up on the sound just by listening, but he had taught me and everything about like that. And not to mention, on top of that, I would get a lot of people saying, "Oh, hey, I need some beats. I need some beats. I need some beats," or whatever, whatever. Or like, "You got beats for me?" And like, I won't lie, I know a lot of them are kind of young. I know a lot of the artists there are kind of young, but like, I'm I'm the type of person, like I need my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I like what I do, but I like to make money off of what I do. You know what I'm saying? So like, honestly, it's a very awkward situation for me, to say the least, because I don't want to give out a beat for free. I don't want to give out a beat for free and then not, get money off of it, because I feel like if I just give out a beat for free, I just be left empty handed. But neither here nor there. So all that was going on, and the workload at Carrabba's was just like honestly so toxic. Like there was a few days where like I just had a mental breakdown, and I started crying. Like I think I cried on my shift a couple times, because like I would just be trying to do all that I can to work, and not to mention like the machine that we were using was out of date too. So I would get blamed constantly for whatever dishes came out dirty, even though I wasn't really the only one back there working. The other dude was working with me, but the other people were working with me, but they really don't really do a whole lot other than just twiddle their thumbs and be on their phones. But more or less, I cried on a couple of my shifts, and like Christmas Eve came around, and unfortunately, I had to work Christmas Eve. Now, the thing was, we were all supposedly, it was supposed to be a short day. We were supposed to close at 9, yada, yada, yada. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The way all, because once it came time to get ready to close, once it get time to get ready to close, like, everybody brought their dishes from all their parties. Like, all the dishes just came about, and even all the dishes from the kitchen were coming about, and I was just sitting there going, wow, this is, yeah, this is pretty interesting. So I'm in my head right now. I have an option. I have the option. I can keep putting up with this toxicity, or I can put me first. And at that moment, I picked up my phone, I called my Uber, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put me first. And as soon as my Uber said that he was outside, I said, hey, Merry Christmas, y'all. I'm out. Peace. And I never really came back, other than to get my W-2. But other than that, I never turned back, honestly. I never turned back. And I'm actually happy that I never turned back. Cause although I won't lie, there are people there that I actually do get along with very well, but the workload was just not there. It was just too much, I would say. It's just too much. Like, I personally feel like the workload was just too much in a way. So, yeah, that's the story on how I quit my shitty job. So, yeah. Which brings me into this now. You gotta find value in yourself, though. You gotta find value in yourself. And what I mean by that is, like, you might mean something to a certain team or organization, like, or whatever, but if they don't value you, then what's the purpose of even being there? And I feel like, honestly, I wasn't even valued enough. I wasn't even valued there. So why even be there in the first place? Like, it's like right now, like, a lot of people don't even know it, but I play semi-pro, but it's kind of hard to even say that I play semi-pro, but I'm on the sidelines. So that it's I'm on the sidelines more than I'm on the field. Like, the only time they were like the only time they would really put me on the field is garbage time, bro. And that is, and even then, I still haven't seen it. Like, that really hurts, bro. Mentally and emotionally, that shit hurts me, bro. Like, honestly, like, if I'm being real, I don't even know if I want to be on the team anymore. I might quit tomorrow. Because I don't even know if I want to be on the team anymore. But more or less, man, like, you gotta find value in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because when you put value in yourself and you start putting confidence, like, I am that guy, I'm the best person, I'm the best player, whatever the case may be, I think other people will start adjusting to you. I think other people will start adjusting to you more. But more or less, yes. Value yourself a lot, please. Have value in yourself. It's always important to do that. But yeah, for the lack of a better term, yeah, I do play semi-pro. Not seeing the field really hurts, because, like, honestly, size, in my opinion, really doesn't mean a whole lot. Like, you look at guys like Darren Sproul and Kyler Murray. A lot of the smaller guys, even Tua Tagovailoa, like, size really doesn't mean anything unless you're talking about how big your heart is. And right now, I really do have a big heart, and I'm just itching to get on that field, and I'm really itching for them to give me a chance right now. And I kind of feel, in a way, I do feel disrespected in a way that I'm not given that opportunity, or I'm not given that chance to make the play, because, in my opinion, I feel like I'm just as good as all the other players, if not 100 times better, because a lot of those guys are a bit older. So yeah, I kind of feel like I'm better than them in a way. But that's neither here or there, you know. That's just my opinion. That's just me being confident. But yeah. So one of the other things too, that I want to shed some light on. Actually, yeah, that is something that I want to shed light on, bro. Like, I want to go back to the whole producer thing. Like, I want to just go back to being an artist in general. Like, for me, being an artist, or just a musician in general, when you come into doing music, you've got to really, there's one thing in mind that you can't really live without, and that's music theory. Music theory is like pretty big. It's a pretty essential thing. You're gonna need that, because like, you can create, a lot of people don't know, but you can create some very unique melodies with when you learn music theory, you know what I'm saying? Like, that thing really helps. Like, and for a lot of people that say, and for the people that say, oh, you don't need theory, come on, bro, stop lying, bro. Stop lying to these people. Music theory is a must. You've got to know theory, but more than anything, you've got to know how to be a businessman and brand yourself, bro. You've got to brand yourself and be a businessman. Got to be a businessman. Now, what do I mean? Now, what do I mean by that? You've got, honestly, you just got to, you know your worth in the music industry, which ties back into value, which ties back into having value in yourself. You've got to know your value. Number one, you've got to know your value in you, and have the confidence to be like, hey, this is what I charge for a feature, or hey, if you want a beat, you can go to this website, or if you need something custom, it's this price. That's said and done. So yeah, that goes back into that. That goes back into all that. All of that stuff just kind of ties together. All of that ties together. All of it ties together. Like, legitimately, that ties together. Last thing I want to say real quick. Last thing that I want to say is this. With a lot that is going on, the world is very crazy. Now, I'm gonna try not to get political here, but this world is very crazy. And it's crazy and it's crazy in so many ways. It's like it's so much that has changed, honestly, that it's very hard to keep up with a lot that's going on. Technology is evolving and everything like that. If I can give one piece of advice to advice to everybody in this world, bro, in this crazy world that we live in, stay in your own zone. Stay in your zone. Like, and now, what do I mean? I don't mean not be social or anything. You can be social, but like, just stay in your own zone. Like, honestly, it's too much that's going on out here. Like, you don't know if somebody could be trying to kill you or rob you or anything like that. Like, you don't know what's going on. And honestly, and to be quite real with you, the news won't even tell you the real stuff that they need to really tell you. Like, they feed you what they feel needs to be fed to you. If that makes sense. They feed you what they feel needs to be fed to you. So when you really think about it, bro, who can you really trust in this world? Because like, it's hard to really trust the media as it is. And I really dislike the fact that a lot of media has bias. I'd rather they just tell tell the story how it is, and then just let us dive into more research without pushing a political agenda or anything like that. But unfortunately, that's the world that we live in, and that's the way it is. So, with that, man, stay in your own zone, bro. Stay in your own zone. Stay in your own lane. Don't be afraid to be you, bro. Being you is the best thing you can be. That's honestly, because like honestly, you can be black and like anime. You can be white and listen to Kodak Black. Like whatever it is that you like, cool. Like, be you. Don't let nobody try to tell you, hey, you have to be this way or think this way. Be you and stay in your own zone. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. I know this first episode was kind of unscripted. We're gonna have some more things that we talk about as time goes on. I'm gonna try to get some guests on here and stuff like that. But yeah. I want to thank you guys for joining the Urban Time podcast. Those that tuned in to watch it. Tune in next week. Tune in next week, Monday. We're gonna be back here again for episode 2, and I'll have some more things that we could talk about. I'll have some more shared thoughts about stuff around the world and everything. I'll even try to get some celebrity news in as well. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining me. My name is GoodTrax, and I am out.